But our top story tonight said sidewalks and parklet dining stick around after the pandemic. This was a COVID-era necessity with few other options to boost businesses in restaurants. It's one of the few changes of the last year that local leaders want to keep. Thanks for being here for KION News at 6 o'clock. I'm Aaron Groff. A bill is now introduced in Sacramento, allowing these programs to become permanent. KION's Alicia Machado reports from Salinas with that plan.
As the coronavirus pandemic continues, outdoor dining has become essential for local restaurants, one of the few ways they can operate in Monterey County. Local government started to streamline the process last year. This accommodation could continue post-pandemic if legislation gets approved by the state.
It's very easy. It's on their property. For instance, at a vineyard-based property, they can already operate outside. But for others that are in incorporated towns, to be able to operate outside, especially on public right-of-way, is not legal except now under emergency ABC regulations.
State Senator Scott Wiener, who represents San Francisco, recently introduced the bill that would change alcohol rules for restaurants, bars, and music venues, essentially allowing for permanent expanded outdoor dining and bar seating.
As we think about how we recover from COVID and how we move forward, there are some of these bright lights that we really need to think about how to maintain.
The bill would authorize local governments to allow the consumption of alcohol in commercial zones, including open containers. Kim Stemler with the Monterey County Vintners and Growers Association says this pandemic-era experiment is one of the things that works.
It just adds a vibrancy to our communities, to our county. To me, that is much needed in terms of economic development, and also for all of us locals who live in this beautiful area and get to dine and wine outside. It will be an asset.
Stemler doesn't anticipate there being much pushback on the state level since local governments will have discretion. The bill would also expedite the approval and issuance of alcohol licenses. All in all, this bill would essentially make key pandemic emergency regulations for outdoor dining permanent to help restaurants and bars recover from the impacts of COVID-19. Now, over in Carmel by the Sea, they're looking how to figure out exactly what problems might arise with keeping outdoor dining long term. For instance, working out parking issues or figuring out the permitting process and how many businesses might be allowed to continue this more long term. No decisions just yet on that. They are continuing those discussions and plan to do so further next week. Reporting live in Salinas, Alicia Machado, KION News Channel 546.